Question is, how bad is this fragmentation? So we go back and look at the Cold War, the last time we thought of the world in terms of blocks, I guess. So if you have the Western and Eastern blocks back then, starting from around 1948 or so, and you see what that line shows you, is basically how much trade fell between blocks. The solid blue line is how much trade fell between blocks during the Cold War, and the red is where we are now in terms of time, right? If you compare it to the cumulative drop, it's nothing. What's happening now is fairly small. But of course, there are reasons for concerns because we're still at an early stage, and the question is whether we can prevent going down that road. And there are two other important reasons for concern, which is one was back then, global trade to GDP was around 16%. Now global trade to GDP is 45%. So the cost of decoupling or fragmentation is just that much higher this time around. Second, the 1950s onwards was the time when countries within a bloc, or more geopolitically aligned countries, were actually taking down trade restrictions, while right now we seem to be much more in the environment of just many countries becoming protectionist and looking inwards. One thing that's better than back then is the economic and diplomatic heft of the non-aligned bloc. Back then, they were very small. They barely had a role in global trade, global supply chains. But the non-aligned bloc is much bigger at this point, and that can help attenuate some of the worst-case scenarios.